Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this replay. Mutalisk still flying around the map, trying to do as much harassment as possible. Now he's using those supply drops to try to increase that supply, since I was in fact able to take down 2 of those earlier supply depots. Now getting some Thors trying to be used in order to try to cancel out my Mutalisk. Mutalisk now back over here, perhaps? Yeah, Mutalisk back over here, trying to gather up a group of 9 Mutalisks, using those creep tumors to try to extend that creep even further. So Does one creep tumor always able to spawn another creep tumor? I'll have to double check that. So anyways, that creep tumor now is being spawned out. I thought that wasn't the case, but perhaps that is the case now. Taking a look back over here, we now have Thors being produced. There are in fact two missile turrets on this backhand side. It's going to try to go ahead and use these Mutalisks to try to take down these turrets. So able to focus down one of those turrets fairly easily. Going to go ahead and try to focus down another and try to perhaps take down the rest of these SCVs. The chain attack on these Mutalisks no longer as strong, but those Mutalisks able to take down some of those SCVs. Going to try to take down more, but unable to, as a large number of Marines and Marauders now coming into position, trying to shoo me back away. So those Mutalisks still flying around the map, trying to find a good place to cause some harassment and some damage. Perhaps I should start trying to take down some of these barracks, trying to do a little bit of a hit and run on those barracks. Taking a look back at this army, this Mutalisk army, sitting on 7 Mutalisks at this stage in the game, and now a single SCV down over here, probably going to try to build a command center, lift it off, and then put it in over here. But we do in fact have Thors from Lothar, so Lothar getting Thors and able to push back out. And at this stage in the game, I'm really not sure what to do. I do in fact have Infestors, or I'm trying to start building Infestors, as Infestors are probably one of the most underused units by any real army. I also have a large number of Banelings. I want those Banelings in order to try to counteract these particular Marines. So if I'm able to counteract those Marines and take them down, I think I'd be able to win out on this fight. Both armies are about the same right now. In comes a large number of Marauders, so those Marauders now moving out in order to do some scouting. And I have a couple Mutalisks just sitting back, trying to wait, trying to figure out what exactly they can do. And I'm now also researching burrows. So taking a look at this, I do have an evolution chamber being researched, and in comes those Zerglings. Zerglings going to do a quick surround on all those Marauders. Marauders just going to take a lot of that damage. Zerglings, on the other hand, just focusing down, and then down goes those units. Zerglings now moving around that map as fast as possible. Creep evolution chamber now finally up, so I will in fact be able to upgrade the claw attack on those Zerglings, and perhaps also the armor as well. Have a queen at my natural expansion as well as my main base, I believe. No, I have 1 queen shared between the two. Probably should get 2. Taking a look at these Banelings, have a large number of Banelings, and I want to try to once again try to scout out with those Mutalisks. Perhaps try to push out against this attack once again and take down this command center. So I see that he does in fact have that single command center here. Going to take down that missile turret. Down goes that missile turret very quickly. Going to go ahead and take down that secondary missile turret. But those Thors coming in, able to deal a lot of damage with that really far range of attack, and that range of attack against air is 10. So that is a very far range attack, considering that the Mutalisks only have a range of 3. So only have Banelings and Zerglings at this stage in the game. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do with these Infestors. Now moving out with these Infestors and those Banelings, gonna move around, try to figure out my strategy. The new Infestors do in fact only have 90 hit points, as more Zerglings are gonna be moved back out. Taking a look at this army, there's 3 Thors currently sitting out there, and a large number of Marines. Thors are not upgraded, so dealing 45 times 2. Against any land armies, so those Zerglings hopefully will be able to try to outswarm those units. Zerglings have that 0/0 upgrade, trying to upgrade the claw attack, and I should at some point be trying to get to hive tech and trying to get the crackling upgrade. Taking a look at this, just trying to move out with these units. I still have a single Infestor. I have 4 Infestors, so those 4 Infestors also have that fungal growth ability, which pretty much stops a Marine in its tracks. Taking a look back over here, we have a single medevac, a couple Thors sitting over here, and trying to figure out what exactly my strategy is at this stage in the game. I could have probably just rolled in with a very large number of Banelings and taken down a large number of those units. Those Marines are upgraded 1/0. Banelings are not upgraded just quite yet. Needs a little bit more time to get that claw attack upgrade. Queen walking between the 2 locations, trying to spawn as much as they can. Creep tumors now continuing to pop up around that map in order to spread out that creep so that my units can move faster. Taking a look at my point of view, I have a fairly good idea of everything all around the map. Taking a look at this, I have Overlord sitting here and here and here, so I knew that he did not have any additional expansion. I was thinking maybe perhaps this should be the time to expand. In come these Marines, and Marines now coming in and trying to use these Banelings and these Zerglings perhaps to try to push into his main base. And wow, turn off the unit overlay. So Banelings trying to come in, able to splash down, take down a lot of those units as those Marines just getting destroyed right over there. And now those Zerglings, now for some reason I did not try to focus down those units. Taking a look at the army overlay, he lost a lot of those units. Those Infestors are in fact still burrowed, and Infestors cannot Neuroparasite while burrowed. Stage in the game, he now has four Thors, now trying to produce more units. His army is sitting at 61 over 110. I'm sitting at 87, and I still don't know what exactly I can do at this stage. And Baneling sitting over here, and Zerglings sitting over here. As I watched this replay, and as I talked to the people during the live stream, I realized I forgot about Neuroparasite. Yeah, Neuroparasite at this stage in the game, I could have controlled all four of these Thors. Thors would have taken down these medevacs, and then I could have just taken down this command center, and it would have been GG, as those Thors would have been a very, very large switch. No counter towards those Mutalisks. Now going to go ahead and try to push in, and those Thors just trying to run back away once again, and able to get that fungal growth down on those Marines, and now trying to go ahead and try to push in those Thors, just ripping apart my Mutalisks though. Gonna go ahead and turn off that overlay. Hopefully that's what's causing the lag. I really thought I solved that. As these units once again continue to try to fight back, that Thor on that high ground able to deal so much damage. Fungal growth on them as well, but the fungal growth doing 38 damage towards the Thor, not going to be really that devastating. Kind of wish it was more like Plague, where it did a lot of damage over time, but doesn't kill a unit. That would have been a better ability there. Coming back over here, Mutalisks, Hydralisks, Zerglings, and Infestors all with plenty of energy as well. Taking a look back over here, Medevacs now just using a lot of their heal and trying to just heal up the rest of these Marines. Now Lothar trying to just wall up with these supply depots. Taking a look back at his main base, he also now has a starport and gonna be building a fusion core, I believe, in just a moment, in order to start building battle cruisers. And Mutalisks are up in the air. Hydralisks, a fair number of Hydralisks on the ground. I'm thinking, okay, perhaps Hydralisks can try to counteract those Thors, not realizing that I already had the counter to Thors with Neuroparasite. Trying to drop down this hatchery over here in order to try to get that economic advantage, still being able to outproduce my unit or my opponent. Taking a look, I still have the larger army, and I could have taken this down. I'm not quite sure what I was really thinking. Medevac now holding on to a single Thor, as that Medevac is still up in the air, trying to use these units to the best of my ability. What, four Thors, all fully repaired and healed back up. No additional attack upgrades though, however. Yeah, I was just gonna go ahead and say stay tuned for part 3 and the conclusion of this replay. I need to get a drink of water anyways. So yeah, stay tuned for part 3 and the conclusion of this replay between Lothar and me here on Lost Temple.